Hammaga salom. Bugun biz tabiat qo'ynida podkast olishga qaror qildik va bugungi mehmonimiz esa bu Asmay, 8 holder. Assalomu alaykum.
Alaykum assalom.
O'zingizni tanishtirsangiz va o'zingiz haqingizda ozgincha gapirsangiz.
Hey, I wanted to do it in English, so welcome back. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. So I really wanted to just tell a little about my journey because 7.5 to 8. If you can remember me from last year, from probably November 2024 actually, I scored 7.5.
Savollarimiz juda ham oddiy va juda ham kerakli savollar. Sabtaslarga to'xtatmaymiz, lekin ko'proq qanaqa qilib erishdingiz, qanaqa scrolling yoki qanaqa bir bad habitlardan voz kechib yaxshi habitlarga urib va yaxshi natijalar qo'lga kiritish haqida gaplashamiz.
With my best friend Mubina, and this year in 2026 in March actually I scored 8.
Qanaqa qilib 8 olishni osonlashtirsa bo'ladi?
Unaqa demagan bo'lardim. Hech qanaqa processni to'g'rirog'i, hech qanaqa journeyni o'zidan o'zi oson qilib bo'lmaydi. Lekin ayrim narsalar bo'lishi mumkin, ozgina qiyinchiliklarni osonlashtirib berishi mumkin bo'lgan narsa. Va birinchidan bu disiplina, ya'ni o'zingizda o'qituvchingiz bilan har kuni borib nima qilishingiz, darsga borishingiz, har bitta vazifalarni qilishingiz va undan keyin katta o'rinda bu ota-onangizning o'rnida, ayniqsa agar teenager bo'lsangiz, ota-onangiz o'rni juda ham katta bo'ladi. Masalan, men ota-onamga juda katta rahmat aytgan bo'lardim. Boshida o'zim juda xafa bo'lgan bo'lsam ham, ota-onam doim soat 10 dan keyin telefonimni olib qo'yishardi. Maktabga borgan paytimda telefonimni olib qo'yishardi. Telefonim qo'limda juda ham kam turgan paytlar bo'lgan va menimcha bu narsa juda katta yordam bergan deb o'ylayman. So, yeah, it was a bit hard, journey, if you can call it a journey. So, another thing, everything about this journey was some kind of a magical thing that happened to me. Yeah, because I think if it wasn't for IELTS, preparation for IELTS, half of my friends that I know right now wouldn't be probably here. I wouldn't be here probably as well. So let's talk about everything, every myth or anything that is associated with IELTS.
Demak, hozirgi teenagerlarimizni ko'proq laziness degan habit ko'p va uni qanaqa qilib yengsa bo'ladi va laziness bilan 8 olish mumkinmi?
Men o'zimni lazy odam deb hisoblayman. Menimcha ko'rgan odamlarim orasida eng lazy odam menman. Yeah, I'm ashamed of that, but anyway. Lekin menimcha olsa bo'ladi va qanday qilib olsa bo'ladi bilmadim endi. O'qish kerak, usullarga tadqiqot qilishingiz kerak va o'zingizda eng asosiysi o'zingizda eng yaxshi atmosferani tanlab olishingiz kerak. O'z do'stlaringizda, o'zingiz do'stingiz kim bo'lsa, siz ham xuddi shu odam bo'lasiz degan.
By the way, biz ikkalamiz o'rtog'imiz.
Yeah. Taking IELTS was not really my major, decision or kind of a dream or like real, how can I call it, a plan for me, for especially a 16-year-old teenager. So what happened is my parents really wanted me to just, to be some kind of person, a major thing in particular something. So at first I chose gymnastics, which I couldn't become champion in it. So then my parents decided to, just turn me in English.
Keling, speaking haqida gaplashaylik. Sizda ko'p ko'raman, speaking juda ham zo'r. Pronunciationingiz, fluence, cohesionslaringiz hammasi yuqori darajada. Bu to'g'ri gap. Qanday qilib oddiy tarzda yoki qaysidir usullar bilan oddiy gapirish, mana speaking darajangizda oshirib va undan ham yaxshi gapiradigan odam bo'lishingiz mumkin.
Buni aytayotgan paytimda g'alati tuyulishi mumkin. Nima deyapti bu qiz, o'zidan o'zi 8 olgandan keyin gapiryapti deyishingiz mumkin. Lekin aytmoqchi bo'lgan narsam bu gapirish. Do'stlaringiz bilan, ota-onangiz bilan, o'qituvchingiz bilan doimiy ravishda har kuni ingliz tilida gaplashish. Shunaqa pointga borishingiz kerakki, bu lekin yomon taraflari juda ham ko'p, ya'ni o'z ona tilingizni unutishingiz mumkin, ona tilingizdan juda kam foydalanishingiz mumkin, yomon taraflari ko'p, lekin ingliz tiliga juda katta urg'u qaratmoqchi bo'lsangiz, yordam beradigan narsa ingliz tilida gaplashish va qo'ldan kelgan harakat qilgancha ingliz tilida o'ylash. Ya'ni o'zingiz gapirayotgan paytingizda ham har bittanasi o'ziga o'zi gapiradi ichida. Kichkina odamcha bo'ladi, maymuncha. O'shanga gapirayotgan paytda ingliz tilida gapirib ko'rish, o'zi qanday ravishda.
Demak, ingliz tili muhitini yaratib olish.
Yes. And then for speaking, I would say speaking. Naturally, I'm a speaker, I really love speaking and storytelling. It's one of my favorite things that had happened to me. Like, if you can understand it, So just speak. Try to speak or, yeah. I mean, I know it's really easy to say, but just try a little. For writing, I would say, well, to be honest, my writing score didn't really increase from last year. It was 7 and it is 7 this year as well. So what can I say is just write. I would say really about writing is just journaling. Every writing thing, details about your day, at least 20, like, I don't know about you, but I like to, write a lot in my journal. So 5-10 pages a day would, I think, probably be very helpful. So I would say comprehension for every part of the IELTS section.
Ko'p tinejerlar hozir yozishga erinadida, ko'proq qanaqadir voice messagelar yuborishadi yoki gapirishadi yoki circlelar yuborishadi Telegram boshqa sahifalarda. Ularni qanaqa yengsa bo'ladi? Misol uchun, yaxshi ko'plarda yaxshi yozishni bilishmaydi. Ingliz tilida noto'g'ri yozishadi yoki xatolar bilan yozishadi va o'sha writingga ham ta'sir qilishi mumkin, to'g'rimi? Uni qanaqa qilib sal yana ham bir oshirsa bo'ladi?
Menimcha unofficial ravishda gapiradigan, yozadigan odamlarga menimcha u official tarzda, ya'ni writing tasdiqlangan, ya'ni bu formal tilda yozilishi kerak bo'lgan narsa. Lekin ya'ni biz haqiqiy hayotda bir-birimiz bilan gaplashayotgan paytimizdagi til unchalik uncha ta'sir qilmaydi. Ya'ni voice message jo'natish, circle message jo'natish menimcha yomon taraflari yo'q. Hozircha ko'rganim yo'q. Lekin aytishim mumkin bo'lgan narsa bu journaling. Ya'ni har kuni tunda uxlashdan avval yoki ertalab turganda farqi yo'q. Doimo o'zingizga kundaligingizga doimiy ravishda yozib turishingiz, ya'ni qo'lda, bez telefon, notebookov.
Demak, yozma tarzda writingni ko'tarish mumkin, to'g'rimi?
Yeah.
Yana bitta savol, bu reading qismi. Ko'plarda readingda logikasi ishlashi kerak, critical thinking oshishi kerak, to'g'rimi? Oshish bo'lgan darajasi bo'lishi kerak, chunki yaxshi logikasi bo'lsa, bemalol readinglardagi multiple choice, boshqa va hokazo tasklarni yecha olishadi. Ko'plar tinejerlarimizda logikasi juda ham past, IQ bo'lishi kerakmi yoki uni qaysidir misollar bilan yechish kerakmi yoki ko'proq o'ylash kerak, o'zi nima qilish kerak?
Menimcha IELTSda har qanday tushunish kerak bo'lgan narsada bu tushunish, comprehension. Agar comprehensioningiz baland bo'lsa, siz listeningda ham yaxshi bo'lasiz, readingda ham yaxshi bo'lasiz, writingda ham yaxshi bo'lasiz, speakingda ham yaxshi bo'lasiz. Ya'ni tushunsangiz, ular sizdan nimani so'rayotganini tushunsangiz, o'sha narsaga aniq javob topa olasiz. Buni endi har bitta skill uchun, comprehensionni ochilish uchun, ya'ni uni yaxshilash uchun har bittasini o'zini turlari bor. Ya'ni readingga keladigan bo'lsa, o'qishda agar kitob o'qishni yoqtirmaydigan bo'lsangiz, oddiygina artikellar o'qib turish, o'zingizga qiziqqan mavzularingizda har xil artikellar bor. Har qanday bu.
Ko'plarni ko'raman, artikellarni va boshqa tekstlarni oddiy tarzda o'qishadi, lekin u tarzda nima deb o'ylaysiz? Mana bu logikani yoqib o'qish kerakmi yoki oddiy ko'proq o'qib turib readingni oshirsa bo'ladimi?
Menimcha o'zi qiziqqan bo'lgan narsada qilgan yaxshiroq baribir. Ya'ni bilmadim endi bu savolga qanaqa javob berish mumkin. Aytishim bo'lgan narsa shu, ya'ni 10 ta tushunmasdan o'qigandan ko'ra bitta tushunib o'qigan yaxshi menimcha.
Demak, eng asosiysi critical thinkingni oshirish,
comprehensionni oshirish.
Logika.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, let's look at my own sub-scores as what is the point of me talking without showing you? So, these are my 2 certificates. So it was the second time I got, so you can say this is 7.5, so I don't have to really talk about it, okay? Now, let's look at my 8. I'm really kind of proud, but not that much. But okay, anyway, let's look at my certificate. So I scored 8.5 both in listening and reading, and 7 in writing, and 8 in speaking. So what can I say about all those scores? Well, last year it was probably in speaking I scored 7. I hope I see some improvements in my speaking ability. So yeah, as everyone is interested in, hopefully, let's talk about the sections that I had a little bit of differences, what can I say, difficulties in. So yeah, and what happened is writing was probably one of the difficult sections for me, as I didn't really prepare for it over the course of a year. because mostly had more influence in reading and listening. Because last year, what happened to me was a bit of a personal thing. I have no idea how it happened, but last year I would always score 9 all the time in listening, in mock sessions, in practice sections, and everything. But when it came to the real exam, I scored 7. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine the difficulty that I had in my head when I scored 7 in listening? But this year I scored 8.5. So I think that reason was kind of improvement for me, because you see. So another section that was a bit hard for me was reading, because I don't know, I like to read a lot, but anyway, finding the exact answers for the question type, there are lots of question types actually in reading, IELTS reading, academic one. So you might as well just check up, and if you are not really competent with IELTS itself. So yeah, and actually speaking part was not a big problem for me. Going from 7 to 8 was not of a problem, and I have lots of friends actually who speak in English, who I speak in English a lot with. So that wasn't a bit of a problem for me. And with my teacher as well, we all the time keep in English. So especially with Azbotar teacher, we all the time speak in English. I have actually never seen him, a lot, like speaking in Uzbek, which is a bit of weird for you maybe, but for me it's not weird at all. So that's it.
Rahmat Asima, shuncha yaxshi javob berganlaringiz uchun. Juda ham bu muhim menga va boshqalarga ham. Va oxirgi savolimiz bu: bitta so'z bilan IELTS dan yuqori natija olishni sirini ayting.
Atmosfera. O'zingizni oldingizdagi odamlarni, o'sha qanaqa imtihonga tayyorlanayotgan bo'lsangiz, o'sha imtihonga tayyorlanayotgan odamlar bilan birga tayyorlansangiz, juda katta yordam beradi. Va o'sha odamning o'zini leveli ham yaxshi bo'lishi, ya'ni sizniki bilan teng yoki siznikidan balandroq bo'lsa, yaxshi bo'ladi.
Sizga yordam beradi.
Yes. So now let's talk about the environment, which is one of the most crucial parts of any kind of journey. So what can I say about Imperial, one of the most favorite places in my little world, Asimai? So yeah, what happened is my mother is English teacher. As you can see, she had a very great impact on my English learning journey. So from my childhood, I think from, I don't know, 3rd, 4th grade, she started to give me, to take me to courses, to her school, to her classes, to everywhere practically that is, interconnected with English. So I might say my, native language is English, not Karakalpak as well. That is funny, isn't it? So yeah, when I first came to Imperial, I think that Imperial is my 4th or 3rd place, learning center that I started learning English. So when I first came in, it was really weird, because I could probably, I think, never really had a full environment with English speaking people. When I first came in, I started studying in Mrs. Nasiba's classes. I really miss her, to be honest. So yeah, and then I started going to another teacher, and then to my dear teacher, Mrs. Farangiz, and then to Mr. Azbotar. So what can I say about all those teachers? All of them had, a very great impact on both my IELTS journey and my studying journey. And I really love, Imperial for probably a lot of reasons. First of all, the friends that Imperial gave me, 50% or 60% of my friends right now, my close friends, are from Imperial. And yeah, so another reason is workplace. What can I say? So what happened is, after I got my 7.5, I started working there as a testing system invigilator, which was quite a hard experience for me, but one of the most thrilling experiences, I might have to say. So after that, I started, I stopped working there for a little bit of time because of my studies, because I had to, focus on my studies more, as I have to get into university probably a year. So, but after I got my IELTS 8, now I started, working there as well again. After After I got my IELTS 8, I started working there again as a speaking mock examiner. What can I say about mock examiners? You know, mock exams, sorry. They are pretty, you know, same with the IELTS exam. So just try it. If you don't believe me, just try it or not. It's on your hands. So yeah, that's it. That is all about my journey. What can I say more? So if you have any questions, you can reach me out or just say hi to me in real life if you meet me. Bye.
Va mana bizni podkastimiz ham yakunlandi. Hammaga rahmat oxirigacha ko'rganlaringiz uchun. Agar siz ham shunaqa ingliz tili muhitida o'qishni va albatta yuqori natijalarni qo'lga kiritishni xohlasangiz, albatta o'zingiz bilan nima qilishdi.